Hello, I would like to show you a tube bending attachment I made for my tractor. It uses the bucket section here for the backhoe, and I can use that hydraulic piston here, which is pretty powerful. It allows me to make a 180-degree bend in one turn. I'm going to turn it on and show you the motion, how it works. So I disconnected the bucket. This here is it's a 12-inch bucket here what I have. And what I did here is I used an old bucket which I had. It was a 16-inch bucket. Not that this matters, it can be used in different sizes, of course. And so I basically cut that section off. So I can still use the same attachment for the backhoe. Then I made an attachment here for, this is the tool, which the pipe will be bent around. Now when you do something like this, the tool, the die, is specific for the brand of bender you purchase. This one here is a JD Square brand. There are different brands. There's Bailey, Big Brute, I think is one, and Hosfeld, and each one uses a different die. I like this particular one because it has these 4 1-inch dowels, which hold the die very secure for a lot of force. When you purchase a tool or a die, you get these items here. These items come with it. And a JD Square is pretty reasonable in price. That's why I chose that brand. But I did have to make that attachment here. Then when I assemble it, it will make all sense. This here is another part which there will be that hold down here will be put on here. And I guess the best would be if I just assemble the whole gizmo. All the pieces are small enough that one person can handle it. On the tractor I did have to put these screws in here because I have to attach the other part of the bender. So I actually drilled holes in here and then I tapped them, and so now I'm going to put that on. Screws. And I used 4 screws just to be safe. It probably would work with less too. Right now the pipe I'm bending is not very thick. It's only 14 gauge. Which is not a big challenge for that machine. But what I'm doing with it, and you can point over to these cards. These cards are made for hotels, and they don't want the items to be too heavy. That's why I'm using very light, thinned pipe tubing. So, all right. Now that is finished. I have that index rod. This rod will actually give me the amount of bend I'm achieving here. I made marks. If I want to go less than 180 degrees, I have a mark here and line it up to this point. And when that happens, then when that happens, then I have my bend achieved. Okay, so now I'm going to find all my pieces here. Okay. It takes a couple minutes to assemble that thing, but I don't have a big another machine sitting around here. Okay. And this piece, there are bearings inside here, because when this moves, you know, I want that to be, there's no strain on that particular spot here. So now we have our bend, our die here, and the hold down bar goes like this. And we'll hold it all in position. So now I'm insert a tube. Let me see here. That fits too, very good. So now we insert the pipe, and it's actually a tube. There's a difference, the diameter is different. A tube is outside 1.5 inches, and the pipe, I believe, is 1 5/8 or something, if you call it 1.5 inches. So I'm inserting that here, and you can show it here. Then I'm going to tighten my hold down. See? And now we're going to turn the tractor on. It's going to be noisy, and then I make the bend. So that bend was 180 degrees, and I believe it was, I measured it before, I believe it was about 9 seconds. So it's pretty impressive, and it was on idle, the machine was on idle. If I crank it up to 2,500 RPM, I can make that bend in 4 seconds. But of course it's also thin material. I didn't purchase any different materials just yet. Not, you know, I will try it in the future. What we're doing here with that whole thing, the project, is these cards, but I showed that before. So it's basically, this is what we're trying to achieve, these cards. Well, thank you very much.